Well, hello and welcome to my latest career video. So, it's been a few days since I've done a career video. How did I do one last night? Can't remember. So, let us go through the career of Dal Hawkins, contender from the turn of the last century. So, when we look at his major opponents, Dal Hawkins fought Solly Smith, on one occasion, suffering a defeat. He then also fought the great old master Joe Gans himself, scoring one win with 2 losses and no draws. And Dal Hawkins also fought and drew to the great lowerweight champion George Dixon. Next up is former welterweight champion Eddie Connolly. Dal Hawkins fought him on 2 occasions, scoring 2 wins. He then lost singular fights, the first to Frank Earn. He also then lost to former pound-for-pound rated Owen Ziegler and former top contender George Elbows McFadden. Next up comes Martin Flaherty. Hawkins fought him on 2 occasions, scoring 1 win and 1 draw. He then also lost to Spike Sullivan before then gaining singular wins over a trio of contenders, one of them Kid McParland. Dal Hawkins also then beat Patsy Sweeney and contender Otto Seeloff. The final 2 names on here, the first is the fighter with the fast hands, Danny Dwayne. Dal Hawkins lost to him, and then he also lost to former contender Unk Russell. So there is 18 fights highlighted there in the career of Dal Hawkins. As you saw on slide 1, he doesn't have an enormous career. From those major fights listed there, Dal Hawkins has 7 wins with 9 losses and 2 draws. So, Dal Hawkins, let us go on to the first of his stat slides. And he actually scored 19 knockouts in his career, Dal Hawkins. He scored 8 knockouts in 3 rounds or less and 1 in the first round. Dal Hawkins scored 1 KO against a champion. He scored 0 KOs against Hall of Famers and 0 KOs against pound-for-pounders. And Dal Hawkins also scored no KOs over rated fighters at all. Hawkins fought a total of 451 rounds. He fought 0 title fight rounds, and Dal Hawkins fought totals of 80 rounds against champions. He fought 47 rounds against Hall of Famers and 76 rounds against pound-for-pound fighters. Now, as a pre-rating era fighter, Dal Hawkins has 0 rounds against top 10 fighters, top 3 fighters, or ring champions. So, moving on to the slide against champions for Dal Hawkins. Now, he had a total of 8 fights against champions. That included 3 wins, 4 losses and 1 draw. And Dal Hawkins defeated 2 individual champions. They were Joe Gans and Eddie Connolly. And he scored knockout or stoppage over one of those champions. So he scored knockout over one champion individually. That was Eddie Connolly. So when we go on to the Hall of Fame slide, Dal Hawkins had 5 fights against Hall of Famers. That included 1 win, 3 loss, 1 draw. He defeated 1 individual Hall of Fame fighter, that was Joe Gans, and he scored 0 knockouts over Hall of Famers individually. So going on to the final of the more niche opponent categories, the pound-for-pounders, Dal Hawkins had 8 fights against pound-for-pounders, scoring 1 win with 6 loss and 1 draw. He defeated 1 individual pound-for-pound rated fighter, Joe Gans, but he scored knockouts over no pound-for-pound rated fighters individually. So, on we go to his rated opponent slide now. Dal Hawkins, as a pre-rating era fighter, has 0s against top 10, 0s against top 3, and 0s against ring champions. So, thus, from that, he's defeated no rated fighters individually, nor scored knockouts over any rated fighters. You know, and it's sad, I always keep saying it's sad when we don't have full rating information at the moment, though. I'm too busy to do the deep dive I'd need to do to start combating that. Good evening, Martin. Good to see you, buddy. So, from Dal Hawkins there, we're going to his world title fight stat slide now. Dal Hawkins is one of those fighters who never had a world title fight. So, 0 world title fights, so 0s in title record. No title defences and no title fight KOs. Dal Hawkins thus then scored no wins against top 10 fighters, top 3 fighters or ring champions in title fights, nor any wins against champions, Hall of Famers and pound-for-pounders in title fights. So on to the last slide, titles won. Dal Hawkins obviously had no title fights. He was not awarded any titles either. So world titles won is 0. He also held no lineal titles nor any undisputed titles. So a shorter video for a shorter career, okay? Career also without the depth, even though his career does have depth for his career size, his career doesn't have depth when considered against many of the huge careers from his time. You know, he fought Joe Gans, amongst others, and some of those guys had enormous careers. You know, Dal Hawkins had a shorter career, but still made an impact, still gained wins over some good names. You know, it is what it is. But like I said, I'm not just going to focus on the major fighters. We're doing a lot of the contenders as well. Dal Hawkins is one. Okay, so that is it for now. Okay, I'm the Boxing Librarian. I'll be back tomorrow with a bigger career video on a great featherweight stroke super featherweight fighter. So that'll come tomorrow. But I picked a shorter video tonight because I've got to finish off amending the career for Angel Robinson Garcia. So I'm going to crack on with that now. So I'm the Boxing Librarian. Big shout out to Martin in the chat. I am out for now.